much. Thank you for all that information. So the next person on our list is Senator Hinds. So Senator Adam Hinds, there you are. Hello. Thanks for being here.
Great to be here.
So I'm going to read your bio. Is that okay? Senator Adam Hinds was elected to the Massachusetts Senate on November 8th, 2016, and assumed office on January 4th, 2017. Senator Hinds is now serving his second term and proudly represents the largest geographic territory in the legislature, comprised of 52 Western communities situated across Berkshire, Hampshire, Franklin, and Hampden counties. He serves as the Senate Chair of the Joint Committee of Revenue and the Vice Chair of the Senate Committee on Redistricting. He's a member of the powerful Senate Committee on Ways and Means, as well as several other policy committees with jurisdiction over matters of importance throughout Western Mass: healthcare financing, education, tourism, arts and cultural development, and Senate rules. He is the former state Senate Chair of the Joint Committee on Tourism, Arts, and Cultural Development that he served from 2017 to 2018. I want to thank Senator Hinds for being here. You've been a longtime supporter of Bridge and of me, and I'm just grateful to have you here tonight. Thank you.
Thanks, Gwendolyn. Absolutely special thank you for you. I'm just constantly in awe of you and deeply appreciative of the work you've taken on. And this conference is only the latest example of that. So thank you so much. And to all the Bridge board members and staff members, thanks for rolling up your sleeves and doing the work you do. It's what all of us need to be doing in every waking hour. I think a lot of us right now are consumed with this question of how do we utilize this moment? And it's an incredible year where we've gone with such highs and such lows, and the movement for racial and social justice that has been elevated this year is one of these moments where we're asking, how do we make sure this is creating lasting change? It's hard to get going talking without acknowledging what's happening at this moment in this week, because this feels like a step in that process, kind of a reset in leadership in this nation. And I've got my champagne glass ready to go at any moment to start giving a cheers, because also it's a presidency that will be characterized by the first Black woman vice president. And I'm very well aware that it's a candidacy where a Black congressman delivered the primary to Vice President Biden, propelling him to the nomination. And probably even without Pennsylvania, it's a Black woman, Stacey Abrams, who delivered Georgia, knock on wood, I don't want to be jinxing everything here, propelling him to the presidency. You know, it feels big for so many reasons. But it's like I said, these highs and lows, it's a pendulum that is swinging. You know, our first Black president, and then President Trump, and now presumably it seems by all indications that he's no longer going to be the president. And it's that shift that I think is worth diving into and dissecting. And to me, it's the energy that's giving the momentum to this pendulum is the shifts that are taking place in this country. And some of you have heard me talk about this. There's a shift in power taking place. Nationwide, it's driven largely by demographic shifts. It was a shift that was signaled when we elected our first Black president, who was elected by a coalition of young, diverse voters without winning a majority of the white vote, if I'm right, in his first election. And there's a reaction. There's pushback. And that pushback and that reaction is as concerning as it is depressing, because we've been watching as it means there's a visible manifestation and death at protests result, more mistreatment, more of a retreat into groups to preserve the status quo. And there's pushback because America is shifting away from a place where the dominant group can impose an outlook and limit who can make decisions for the collective. And we're moving to a place where previous decisions are being re-examined. And that's big. That's the good news. And there's not only pushback, but often an inability to even conceive of the need for justice work in many parts of the white community, in part because of our segregated, normalized injustices. And I had a quote that I read today or this week in the Boston Globe that I want to share. Janae Osterheld, who's a columnist there, we normalize injustice so much that the minute oppressed people fight for their liberation, those who feel free are offended. And there's a reaction because this change is so powerful. Who gets to decide the reform actions taken to move towards equal justice? Who determines the budgets that reflect an effort to lift up and not an effort to benefit cronies? But there's, I guess, the same changes that are feared in policy, they start to reveal the good news as well. And we're getting glimpses of that and the beginning of the work being done in some of our institutions. Here in Massachusetts, we're in the middle of serious police reform, hopefully finalized in the next month and not more. We achieved significant criminal justice reform last term. And if there's a real weight to this work, where if our laws and policies are the result of hundreds of years of white supremacy, then it takes this effort at meticulous, clear action to undo them. And that's what we must be consumed with. But our laws are not enough, said the lawmaker. There's this insistence that we undertake this diversity and anti-racist action in absolutely every corner of our lives. And that's where I think, luckily, even today, we're on a call here in Berkshire County about what does it mean to recreate our health systems, education systems, our boardrooms, our personal interactions with that diversity and anti-racist lens. So that's what's exciting about this conference, that literally there are panels and thought leaders working through every single one of these. So I'm incredibly honored to be walking that journey with all of you tonight. And thanks again, Gwendolyn, for including me.
Thank you so much. All right, thank you so much. Those are inspiring words, and we need the lawmakers on our side, so thank you.